Drive Time family, good afternoon to you. So at the start of the show, and especially as we're doing our feature, our Facts in 5 feature, we spoke about postpartum. Some of the things you have to take in consideration postpartum. But this afternoon for Baby Talk, I want us to have a discussion that's centered on babies and moms as we look at how to take care of yourselves, take care of you and baby, and the importance of prenatal care. In studio with me this afternoon is Nurse Camille Cahoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Wonderful. Now, as a registered nurse, how long have you been in the business? And especially, why do you think that prenatal care is important for pregnant mothers?
Well, I've been in the business about 28 years. And medically speaking, prenatal education is important because you can reduce the risk for the mother and the baby when you're able to identify health issues early. I'm more into preconception education, though, where you educate the parents, both mother and father, because the father's genes also influences the baby's health, and you educate these persons before.
The father's gene influence the baby's health?
Yes. I saw a study that it says 31% of the father's bad genes for disease are transmitted to the baby.
Oh, yes, that to me.
Yes.
Wow. So definitely what happens before baby gets here is very important.
It's very important.
So, or we eat, I guess, also, our lifestyle and things affects the baby. So, how does regular checkups help the baby and the mother to stay healthy?
So, when you do regular checkups, you are able to identify deviation from health. Mm-hmm. You are able to identify, because sometimes you may be relatively healthy, but when you get pregnant, when a woman gets pregnant, there's additional stress to her, and those additional stress is converted to disease, for want of a better term. So when you do regular checks, you're able to identify those markers and put measures in place to correct them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are some of the easily daily habits for somebody to implement when it comes to, if you're thinking about a healthy pregnancy?
All right. So again, as I said to you before, I like to talk about preconception care, because the womb is the baby's first environment. So whatever the mother is experiencing before she's pregnant, her health status or emotional status is going to be transmitted to the baby's environment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We, as health professionals, and we don't really focus on the emotional aspect of the woman, but it's very, very important. Some key things about staying healthy to have a healthy pregnancy is to ensure that in the preconception area, before you are pregnant, you are healthy. Mm-hmm. Daddy is healthy. And so you come together with healthy genes, and so babies have a better chance.
Yeah.
Now, during this pregnancy, you have to maintain those healthy genes. You have to be intentional about your hydration. You have to be intentional about your nutrition, your lifestyle. We're now in the era where pregnant women are working until they deliver.
Yes.
And that ought not to be so, because all this stress, just understand the emotions.
I see.
All the stress that the woman is going through, physically, emotionally, is being transmitted to the baby's environment, and it is affecting the baby's development and nervous system.
So let's talk about support. How can family and the friends around support a mother during pregnancy?
All right. So pregnancy is never supposed to be a one-man show. It's just mommy, or it's just mommy and daddy. It's supposed to be a community of help, and you support the pregnant family by being supportive emotionally, physically, you know, the shopping, the helping, the finances, all of those help is important. And so it takes a community, it takes a church community, it takes a family community, it takes a community to support the pregnant person. Or family.
Well, I've always heard this saying, remember, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm seeing where it makes sense. Why is early detection of certain health issues? You kind of spoke about this earlier. But when we find it earlier, how does that help as it relates to the positive outcome for both mom and baby?
Okay, so I believe that all disease can be reversed. God has given us a plan. Right? The 8 laws of health. They may be bothersome and not very easy to implement, but they are doable. And a woman who is hypertensive can lose her life during pregnancy, can lose her life during birth. Right? Gestational diabetes, you're passing these things on. If you become diabetic while you're pregnant, your baby, mortality rate is going to go down. That child may not survive. That child may have to live with diabetes for the rest of his or her life. There are infections that may compromise both the mother's and the baby's life. The nutritional deficiencies also can have long-term gut issues for the baby, nervous issues for the baby. So healthy parents raise healthy children.
No. Let me pause it right there. So, Drive Time family, you know, when I listen to interviews, I try to find things that stay with me after the interview. This sounds like one of those things. Go on again. Healthy parents raise healthy children and
sick parents raise sick children. And we are seeing babies being born with lots of hormonal issues now, diseases, malformations no more than ever because our parents are not rested. They're not intentional about their health. And it is no wonder that pregnancy is being seen as a disease.
Yes.
And it should not be. Pregnancy should be a time that you connect with God.
Okay, yes.
Because you're raising this child in the image of God. This is the goal that God has given to you, to restore righteousness to the world. So you are supposed to be raising this child in the fear and admonition of God, not only spiritually, but physically, mentally. And so we will have babies who are not emotionally stable because the mother was just worrying herself to death while she was pregnant. And so this baby become very crying, very fussy, and all of that. And you're wondering what is going on with this baby. You caused it.
Yes.
Or you may have caused it.
I get you.
Right? You may have caused it. So it's very important that we try to do, and that's why I talk about preconception care in my Blueprint for Birth training. Preconception education. So it's not about pregnant families. It's about the youth. It's about the pregnant person. It's about the grandparents.
Yeah.
So if the grandparents don't, and remember, our grandparents now are in their 30s. They don't know what our grandparents used to know.
Okay.
Right? So they can't pass on that information to a woman or a father who is pregnant, and to guide them in nutrition and lifestyle changes and things that they ought to do while they're pregnant. And so we are seeing the effects on society now.
Yeah.
We are having children that are emotionally unstable. They are physically, inadequate. And we could do well with a healthier society. So on Blueprint for Birth, we teach the Blueprint
for Birth is a book, or what is it?
It is a training session that I do with young people, pregnant people, grandparents. It's for everybody, so that we know what is God's role for raising up a child, because He has not left us clueless. He has given us information.
In studio with me this afternoon, Nurse Camille Cahoon, and we're talking. She has over 28 years of service at one of the largest maternity hospitals in the English-speaking Caribbean, and now 5 years of experience at naturopathic health education, and she's continuing the education in these areas that she's passionate about. Now, here's my final question to you this afternoon. What advice do you have for mothers who feel worried or feel anxious during pregnancy?
Connect with God.
Yes.
So in my program, what I do, I teach mothers to hold on to God's promises for birth, for life, for the goal that he has called him to do, because pregnancy should be intentional. It shouldn't be a buck up. It should be intentional. And so you're going to claim the promise where God has said that he is going to give you a seed, and he wants you to train the seed. And when you claim the promises and you talk about what's going on, the fears that you are having, you are better able to cope.
Yeah.
Right? And especially when there is, you have the single familyness, it's really challenging. And so you want people to support her. But I've found that when you use these prayer promises and they go through them, so we have a little thing, and they go through each prayer promises for the 9 months of pregnancy, it goes into postpartum era too. They're more settled.
Yeah.
You call them, you pray with them, and you tell them the promises, and they are able to feel a little bit more grounded. And they understand that, listen, if I start worrying too much, I'm going to affect the baby.
Yeah.
And so we teach them, talk to your baby, and you go, just talk to your baby, right? Mommy's a little worried now, but never mind, just talk to your baby so that your baby can be grounded. Because studies have shown that women who don't want their children, sometimes they come out and they have feeding issues.
Yeah.
Because they can,
like the
they know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they know.
I see.
Studies confirm that they can sense the mother's emotional state, and so they know if they're coming into a family that they are loved or they are not wanted. And that's just that fact alone, that your baby knows that you don't want them, is enough to have a lot of psychological effect on that child.
As I say, may I get things from this interview? Pregnancy is not a buck up. It should be intentional. It should be plan for it.
Yes.
Mercy, man. Drive Time family, I really enjoyed this interview. Looking at my WhatsApp line, it seems like you too have enjoyed it. Michael and Nora, tell her that Denise Alexander say hi. I was a part of her medical missionary training. Okay, I see. Wonderful. Good afternoon to you, Drive Time family. Baby talk, and I do hope that, parents out there, prospective moms out there, whether you're pregnant now or, as you say, you're being intentional about it, you're planning things, putting things in place. Some of these prenatal care tips shared this afternoon are things you are thinking about deliberately, things you'll be putting in place for when baby gets here. Yeah, man. And I appreciate that one of the first things you talk about this afternoon was the impact that fathers have on the whole process too. Man, I tell you. Family and friends, stay tuned. Baby Talk comes your way 3:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. I like conversations like these, but only if it's causing some change, impacting the way we live our lives and causing positive change. After all, we're here at NCU FM, and we say we're transforming lives through education and wellness. As we do our part, I hope the transformation is happening on that end. Stay tuned. One song for you. I go to some ads, and our next stop is at 4.